Joint security agencies have managed to locate 6 IEDs within these 2 days that were meant to cause harm in those respective premises. So we are going to start by saying that, as you are aware, yesterday, the 3rd of September, around 11, the joint police team of counterterrorism, our K9 and crime intelligence, together with the territorial police at KMP that had been deployed at Miracle Center Church, intercepted a suspected terrorist who had disguised as a churchgoer and was arrested at the main entrance to the church, and that is in Kayanja Triangle Zone, Rubaga Parish in Kampala District. We recovered an IED on him, and immediately after his arrest, he was handed over to the Joint Anti-Terrorism Task Force, JAT, CMI, ISO, and CI, and the scene was processed by the bomb squad and our forensic teams, who jointly detonated the device at the scene. And of course, the scene was re-examined, and we recovered several items which showed that this was an IED that was constructed and using a food flask. Of course, there was no danger to the church members or damage to the church. And out of that arrest, we managed to identify the suspect. It was not proper for us to give out the identity, but it was done yesterday in error. So this suspect, Kintu Abdul Rahman, 28, we established that he was a resident of Mbizinya village, Buama sub-county in Mpigi, and at the time of arresting him, we found him in possession of a remote control boom. And he was one of those suspects who was on the wanted list of CMI. Of course, we are having a challenge because upon interrogation, he identified how his cell was involving 6 members, including him. So we are now actively searching for the 5 other co-conspirators who are still at large, and so he also managed to lead us to their 2 rented house at Lunguja Zone 8, where we recovered 3 constructed IEDs. The rental units belong to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and our bomb experts also managed to take control, and they detonated the 3 IEDs and recovered ingredients of evidential value. The Inspector General of Police has applauded the counter-terrorism officer at Miracle Center for his initial efforts and vigilance. He used his instincts and expertise and the bomb detector that he had to detect the suspected IED that was in a black bag. And the sniffer dog had sniffed at every packages that people were carrying, but it was not able to detect the suspected bomb that was inside the IED. So that is why this counterterrorism officer is being applauded, because he went ahead after having observed the suspicious movement of the suspect, Kintu Abdul Rahman, and used the bomb detector that he had to thoroughly examine the black bag which he was carrying. And as a result, the terror plot was thwarted before it could advance further. This serves as another reminder for continued vigilance, not only at churches, but generally. We also want to applaud our JAT teams of CMI, CI, ISO, the police teams of CID, KMP, K9, and forensics, who worked tirelessly to neutralize the imminent terrorist threat. The intention of the suspect was to enter, place, discharge, or detonate the IED at Miracle Center Church with the intent to cause death or severe bodily injury. So our investigations are continuing to establish whether he is linked to a terrorist group or not, and also to locate where his co-conspirators are and have them arrested. We'd like to inform the public that the arrest and counter-terror operation has not significantly changed the security level in the country. A threat environment still exists, and as always, we've taken measures to respond and mitigate all forms of terror within the country. Now, yesterday's incident is also another reminder to Ugandans and other citizens in the country that terrorism is real, which calls for vigilance as they go shopping, traveling, while at places of worship, at their businesses, while partying and celebrating, and so on and so forth. And like I said, it is at Miracle Center, it was a food flask, but it could be any other object, a bowl, it could be in form of any other form of package. So, which calls for being very vigilant, where if you observe any unusual activity or behavior, it is important to immediately alert the police